Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is my Honda Aquatrax R12X. I'm going to show you guys how to replace the starter solenoid. I've actually already done it, so let me rephrase. I'm actually going to show you guys what I did, how to do it. It's very simple. So essentially you have this box right back here. It's covered like this. And then on top of it is this, your fuse box. And on top of the other side, you have this this other just wire holder that goes on top like that. So, and then you put your 6 bolts. I have 6 bolts, 3 for one side, 3 for the other. And then I only have 1 bolt that's holding down my main relay, but you have those all go together. So my problem was my ski wouldn't start. No crank, no start. Couldn't figure out what was going on with it. I would put the key in, I would hear the display would be on and the fuel pump would prime. So if your display is on and you hear a little buzzing coming from the rear of your ski, or you just hear a buzz, that's your fuel pump. Now, and it still won't start after the green button. That narrows it down to, there's a wire comes down, comes in this box right here. Unfortunately I just screwed it down, but this wire right there, that goes to your starter solenoid. And this is what it looks like. This is all it is. This is the only thing that's in that box right there. This little thing. Look how corroded mine was. So it just wasn't even making an electrical connection anymore, right? This was just shot, corroded, wasn't working, and this has probably been in there forever. So that can go in the trash. Oh, I missed. I'll get it in a second. So how it works is the button up there, when you click the green button, your battery's connected. This is all this side right here is always connected to power. And then you have another little red wire right here that is also connected to the power side, right? So what happens is whenever you hit that button, the solenoid, the button comes in through the bottom here, and the signal goes in here. It goes into your starter solenoid. What actually happens is a magnet moves inside that starter solenoid. I mean, you can see that's the same thing I just showed you. This side's hot, this side is negative right now. If you shorted these right now, the ski would start, because that's all the button does. The button completes the circuit for the ski to run. So imagine this. Right now this is hot. If you put a voltage meter on this and run it to ground, it would say 12 volts. This is nothing. There's no potential here. When I connect the battery, and sorry, I didn't even realize my phone wasn't paying attention there. So when you click the button, the magnet moves in here and connects these two. And then you have power going through the entire ski, the starter. That's how the starter cranks over, and then it ends, and you let go of the button, and this magnet goes back. What happens is, though, people will get water in these boxes. Like you can see all the dust and grime, and my box was full of water. That's why the solenoid I showed you was all messed up. So what you can do is, I don't have a battery in right now, so actually there is no potential, but you can take something like this, and to diagnose the problem, if you hear the fuel pump and your display comes on when you have a battery hooked on, and you know everything else in your ski is good, right? Like my ski was just running perfectly fine. I take really good care of my stuff. So I knew, I was just like, all right, this is just weird. Why isn't this working? So I ran through my little diagnosis, and I was like, all right, button goes to the starter solenoid box. I first swapped out my main relay, right? But if your main relay goes bad, I don't think you'll hear your fuel pump. So it can either be a main relay or a starter solenoid. People overlook the starter solenoid because you shouldn't really get water in that box. My seal was all messed up, and I go crazy on my ski. So anyway, those are the 2 things, or your fuses. They're 3 if it won't start, and that's straight from the owner's manual. Your fuse box is right here. Take this off. You have ignition coil, your starter, your fuel pump, injectors, and I'm not sure what that is, and then your 30 amp main. So I checked all these fuses. If the one that if there was a fuse blown, it would be the 5 amp start, but all my fuses were good. So I left that alone. I had 2 more main relays. This is your main relay right here. I just have it dangling for now. It actually goes back there. And if you're watching this video, look at your ski and compare. Don't even compare. Just, I have everything kind of laid out right now, but think of how stuff would go into place. Like this sits right there. It sits back there, just like so. It sits there. But I'm moving around a lot right now, so I left it out. So I undid these two connections. I put in two other main relays I had laying around from the guy that I bought the ski off of. Neither of those two worked. So I'm like, all right, it's probably not a main relay thing. And that led me to think, okay, where's the starter solenoid on this thing? And as I showed you guys, it was completely corroded. So what I did was, if you guys still have your corroded one in, let's just say you haven't done, I've already done the repair. Mine's good. You can see it's brand new. Brand new. Those wires are brand new. What you do is, don't get scared, but just, this is how it's working. You're going to take metal. This is what mechanics will do to diagnose a bad starter solenoid. What they'll do is they'll jump. So this is pretty much the button, right? This what I'm about to do is the same thing as hitting the button up there, the green button, the start button. And you'll just make contact with both of them like that. See how those both make contact? And your sparks will fly, so make sure you don't have fuel anywhere, or, you know, touch them too. You should, if you hear your starter turn over, that's how you know you have a bad starter solenoid. Your starter solenoid is corroded to crap, and that's how you know it's time for a new starter solenoid. So I'm putting mine back together now. Main things: fuses, main relay, starter solenoid. That's it. Other than that, if your ski won't start, you probably have a deeper issue. You could have a bad ECU. You could have an electrical short somewhere. Check all your connections. See if there's any chewed or corroded wires. Maybe a wire got nicked because it was too tight somewhere. You know, electrical problems are the worst. So I wish everyone the best, and I hope this video helped you. So leave questions in the comments below, and I'll do my best to respond. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Peace.